A legend, a legacy, a lifetime of inspiration. Who's the best sports person ever? We'd be here all day trying to decide that. But wouldn't you rather be inspiring than be the best? Someone who's talked about long after their records have been broken, and someone everyone knows. To be inspiring, you have to do more than just score the most goals or run the fastest. You have to be someone people look up to. So which sports person has inspired people the most?
Eric Liddell.
Eric Liddell.
Eric Liddell.
I know what you're thinking. Eric who? Well, he was a Scottish athlete. He went from being the worst player in his school rugby team to playing for Scotland. And 100 years ago, at the 1924 Paris Olympics, he won a gold medal, something that only one Scottish runner has managed since. It's not the medal that's most impressive though. It's the fact that Eric trained for his whole career to run the 100 metres at the Olympics. But that's not the race he ran. Because of his faith, Eric didn't run on Sundays. So when it turned out the heats were being held on a Sunday, he had a hard decision to make. He'd been preparing for so long, and everyone expected him to win. The easiest thing to do would have been to run it anyway, but Eric didn't take the easy option. Instead, he pushed himself to retrain and run the 400-metre race. And he still won gold. How amazing is that? He was so passionate about his beliefs and giving it his all that he didn't give up. But there was something even more important to Eric than running: helping people in need. So he gave up his fame and moved to China to be a teacher, leaving his family in Scotland. After he'd been there for a while, things started to go bad, and it was clear that there would be a war. Eric could have gone home to his family, but he chose to stay and continue helping people. As the war got worse, lots of people were imprisoned in what's called an internment camp, including Eric. It must have been terrifying, but Eric was determined to keep everyone's spirits up, so he set up sports games for all the kids in the camp. They played football together and even raced each other, but of course, Eric made sure that the kids won, not him. This time, he didn't mind playing sports on Sundays. Their happiness was way more important. Now that's what you call compassion. In his life, Eric had many nicknames: Captain, the Flying Scotsman, and to the children in the camp, he was known as Uncle Eric. He worked hard to be the best sportsman he could be, but doing the right thing trumped it all for Eric. He stood up for people, and for the things he believed in, no matter what. That's what it means to have integrity.
He was an incredible Scottish sports person and all-round good guy.
He left behind a legend, a legacy, and a lifetime of inspiration.
And that's why his story still inspires people 100 years after his Olympic win.
Now you know all about Eric Liddell. What inspires you about his story? A legend, a legacy, a lifetime of inspiration.